Hey guys, in this section we're going to be implementing, it's a administration interface called ActiveAdmin, and what it is it's a gem. It's a Ruby gem that we can install, and it'll give us a back end where we can actually add posts and categories. We can manage users. It's pretty much an all-in-one admin solution. So let's open up our command line and let's go to our project site. Sorry about that. Sites, and then my Ruby blog, and we're going to start the server. Rails S. Okay, and let's open up a browser and go to our local host 3000, and let's go to the posts page. Alright, so we have our posts, and if you followed along in the last video, you can see we have our categories created. So that the functionality is coming together. Obviously we still have work to do with the layouts. One second. So we have to do work with the layouts and the views, and we'll get to that in probably the next chapter. And then the following chapter will be touching up all the aspects of our project, of this My Ruby blog. So the first thing we want to do, the first thing I want to do is actually push our app to Heroku, because we haven't done that in a while. So I'm going to open up another shell, another command line. Whoop. Alright, so what we want to do first is I actually want to go to the remote app, the Heroku app. I'm not exactly sure where we left off on the Heroku app. And you obviously have a different subdomain because there's only one. You can't have My Ruby blog twice, so go to whatever you named it, herokuapp.com, and let's see our posts. Okay, so this is before scaffolding, I believe, so categories shouldn't work. Oh well, it's just a static page. Alright, so what we want to do first is do a database migration in Heroku. So if you go to your command line and just make sure you're logged in, Heroku login. Alright, so let's run a remote migration, and you can do that with Heroku run rake db migrate. Let's see what that does. Now this it's gonna push our database fields, our tables. For instance, it's creating the categories for us on the Heroku site, but I don't think it's gonna push the actual data. We have to do that using something else. But let's just see if this. Let's reload this, and let's go to categories. Okay, so alright, so we actually need to do a push now. So first of all, let's do git add. So we're going to add our entire directory, and then we're going to git commit with the AM options, and just a comment. Let's say categories. Nothing to commit. Let's try git push Heroku master. Alright, so it looks like it's gonna push everything. Alright, so everything pushed. We reload this, and there's our categories. Now we can click on news. So this is our remote app. This isn't local. So everything is up to date now on the Heroku app. So now what I wanna install Active Admin. So I'm going to stop the server and close out of that. And what we need to do now is go to our directory, and we want to edit the gem file. So what we want to do here is just add the Active Admin gem. So just add it like this, gem Active Admin. Okay, and then just save that. Close it up. And now we want to run bundle install. So just go to the command line and run bundle install. Okay. So now we want to run this command. We want to generate Active Admin install. Okay, so you can see it created our routes. It's creating the JavaScript and CSS that it needs. And it also created some migration files. So now we want to run rake db migrate. Okay, so now we can run the server. Okay, so now let's try to go to localhost 3000 admin. It looks like the migration didn't run. So I'm going to open up a command line, another one, because the server is running on our other one. So let's just go to C sites cd. And what I want to do here is I want to run rake db migrate again. Maybe I missed something. So we get to do some live debugging together. Oh, alright. So you can see here, it went through our migrations, which I have in db migrate. And this is the migrations that we've created. We had the first one that created the post table and then created the categories. And when you run db rake migrate, it goes through these, and for some reason it's stopping at right here. And these three migrations were all created with Active Admin, and they have to do with the Active Admin tables. So nothing below the categories got executed. It says create table will create implicit sequence. Then it gives us the ID for serial column categories.id. Then you can see rake aborted. An error has occurred, and no later migrations will happen, which are the three we need. So I'm actually going to pause this and just troubleshoot for a few minutes and see what's going on here. So I'll be right back. I'm actually going to try removing these two migrations because we already have the posts and categories table. So I'm going to go back and do rake db migrate. Okay, looks good. Alright, so let's go and try this again. Localhost/admin. And finally. So this is our admin login. Let me just check the home page as well. Alright, so we have a routing error here. Luckily I've had this issue before and I know what it is. It's we got to go to the routes file. So if we go to config routes, what it is this right here, this active admin route self. We want to move this all the way down to the all the way down to the bottom, right before the end, and then save that and reload, and we're back. So now if you go to localhost 3000/admin, it brings you to this login, and there's a default login here, and it's admin@example.com, and the password is password. So now we're in the admin panel. There's not much here yet, but this is the dashboard, and we can set up views here for whatever we want, posts, categories. You'll see this admin users link, and we can see all the users. I mean, obviously right now we only have this one default user, and you can view, you can see all the information, the encrypted password, whatever, and you can delete and add users. So this is the reason that I didn't create the users table. Remember back a few chapters when we created the categories and the post tables, we didn't create the users tables, and this is why. So right now I just suggest adding a user. If we say new admin user, and you want an email address and your password, and create admin user, and now we have a new user. See, so that's installing Active Admin. In the next section, I want to actually configure this. We're going to make it so that we can view our posts and our categories and do all our CRUD from the admin interface.